Hey, I'm Todd Gallopo of Meat and Potatoes. I'm the creative director for Sammy Hagar. I design everything for him from album covers to spirit brands to restaurants and whatever else he has on his mind that day.
Todd is my artistic manager. He manages my ideas and makes them better.
But today we're going to talk about the new album art for Crazy Times.
This cover is deep. You have to blow it up and you have to look at every single detail because there's nothing on there that is normal.
And this was so big and so rock that it needed a larger canvas, I thought. It needed to have more going on than just a single image. And I'm usually, as you can see, I'm a single image kind of guy. I like these really direct, very simplistic things. Sometimes when it comes to Sammy's records, they're a little more layered, but this one, much larger in sound, so I thought much more in-depth in look. In fact, I have my little sketchbook here. And I had a couple pages worth of scribbles of things I was doing. So the idea was that all this craziness happening around you, I pictured someone, it didn't necessarily have to be Sam, in the middle of chaos. And this is literally how I drew in the middle of chaos, as you can see right here, which is someone standing holding a sign. Could be over the face or whatnot. And I drew lightning bolts and explosions behind him at first. But the idea was there's just nuts going on. And it's one thing to have the idea, and then how do I build it? What's the setting for that? And that's when I came across just a beautiful image just of chaos already of a busy New York street. I thought, okay, how am I going to alter this to make what I want? So there was a good straight week or two dedicated to just the retouching of this imagery. And I kind of just worked with, what I thought could be timely for what we were doing. I think the idea of the cover is inside the album. You'll see it in the liner notes. It's amidst all the chaos going on in the world, there's always a new distraction to get you to look the other way from what's really happening. So that could be politically, socially, it could deal with social media, climate change, whatever it is.
It's about distraction. It's about how we all get distracted in life and end up not seeing what's going on right in front of us. And that's what that whole scene is. It's when you see that cover, you're gonna say, oh, that's New York City, all these people messing around. No, it ain't. It's some other shit. And the guy on the bicycle, for instance, that's on fire, is the distraction.
It's the one thing I wanted your eye to look at first after the title. Then you're gonna dig around, you're gonna find all the other details. But the whole point of the piece of art is don't be distracted by the thing that's right in front of you. Look deeper, look within. So as I had that idea, I kept changing every little thing I could around that cover. Some things are in there for the fans, some things are in there just for Sam, that no one else will ever find. I don't think he'll even find it. Everything was painted over, every sign that ever existed. You can't walk down New York and see this exact scene. I've changed it. So, you'll find a drain in the ground, which is just terribly odd, not the normal kind of drain you'd think. It's the same drain I put on the disc labels. Snippets of, areas of their video playing here. John, even some of your old lockup of the art up here, of their original logo for the circle. But if you look super deep, you're gonna see we reserve the right to service to anyone at a place called At Your Service. So there's little details in there that I just kind of love. And truly, if you can figure out who this police officer is, kudos to you, because he actually is in the band. But there's a lot of details I love about this piece of art. And I don't want to go through and give them all away, but I tried to count them the other day. There's at least 30 to 40 different things that are hidden in here. And as you call them, John, Easter eggs. But I feel that everybody's gonna have a good time finding them. Sammy and I had a good time. Once I showed it to him, he was like, oh yes, I get it. So he would send me a few things, I'd add a few more. But when it came time for me to ask him, I need you holding a sign, I think he was yet at another concert, and Leah, his photographer that's always with him on tour, I connected with her and said, I need a picture of Sammy holding a piece of cardboard. I'll put the type on the sign, don't worry about it. I just need it, and I need it kind of lit like this or that. So what I get back the next day was a folder of images, and I kid you not, John, I saw these pictures and Sam said, I think it's funnier if I'm just standing there in my underwear in the middle of the street. And I just went, Okay, that's brilliant. I'm afraid to look at the pictures. I looked at the pictures and I was like, damn, 74? And you look like that? All right, I'll put you on the album cover. Everybody's gonna have a different favorite that they find. But out of this, some of my absolute favorites are the check engine light, which is in the crosswalk, the avenues of 10th Ave and 13th Ave, which is somewhere on the pole over here. Basically taking the hand sculpture that came out of the top of this one building, connecting it to one of the very first, UFOs that we used to see back in the 50s and all the press of UFO spotted. But I thought it was really funny to dangle something like that on a string, because it just feels like that's what's been done to society for forever until this past year when everybody started to talk about, hey, guess what? You know what? There actually have been things flying by our world, which I thought was just hilarious to discover. There's another favorite of mine that I did hide in here. It's not Sammy that's dead center in the middle, but it is the band members. They're in there. Not everybody the same brightness or placement, but they're all in there. Other things are just really a statement. It doesn't have to be taken as a social or political thing. It's more just a snapshot of our times, which are right now, frankly, crazy.
We kind of all get ourselves in that situation, especially in these crazy times, because we are distracted by all the what's going on out there.
And I don't think there's a generation that doesn't think their times are crazy, but this is for this generation.